and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, nice to have you. Today I'm going to be creating this fall inspired / latte makeup look using some of my favorite products. If you're interested in seeing how I created this look, please keep on watching. I'm going to start off with concealing my eyelids. Today I'll be using the e.l.f 16-hour Camo concealer in matte finish. This is a shade Deep Chestnut. Next, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Setting Powder to set my eyelids. For today's look, I'm going to be using MAC Art Library Flameboyant palette. I'm also going to be using Supreme Seductress by Prism makeup. I'm going to be starting with this color. So what is latte makeup? When I started seeing this trend on YouTube, I was very curious about who started it and why a lot of people were jumping on the trend. So I went on Google and I discovered the trend was started by a TikTok beauty creator named Rachel Rigler. She coined the term latte makeup while commenting and recreating Australian makeup artist Daniel Jai's makeup look from a photo shoot. Latte makeup is supposed to be a refined and glowy look with hues of espresso tones. According to makeup artist Katie Mellinger, latte makeup is makeup that focuses solely on shades of brown and nudes. Also, it can apply to any skin tone. You just have to adjust the brown and nude shades to suit your skin tone. I'm going to switch to this palette and try to use the darker brown in here. So I took some concealer and put on this part of my lid because I want the product I want to place there to stick to it. The next color I'm going to take is this. I'm going back to this orange color. To line my eyebrows, I usually use a dark brown eyeliner. First thing I do is use a spoolie to arrange my brow hairs by brushing the hairs upwards, and then use the liner to follow the natural shape of my brows. And the next thing I do is use the same pencil to fill in my brows. Okay, so now my brows are done. They're just done. For a regular day, I could just go out like this without, trying to clean them up because they don't look so bad like this. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to clean them up using a concealer. Most of the times when you do your brows, you notice one of them is thicker than the other one. You can see this one is thicker. So I'm going to try cleaning and try to make it as even as possible. Okay, so I'll still use my e.l.f. concealer. So this is how I clean up my brows. This one is cleaned up, so I'm going to try to clean the other one off camera. For today's video, I'll be using these eyelashes by Beverly. I think I purchased this from Amazon. So I'll go off camera and put this one on. So this is the eye look I was able to create today. Now we are going to move on to my complexion product. I already have on my moisturizer, but for primer today I'll be using the Bobbi Brown Vitamin and Rich Face Base. foundation, we'll be using the McGrath LABS Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. This has buildable perfecting coverage. It has a weightless texture, sublime satin finish, runway tested, mother approved. Also universal formula for all skin types. It's non-comedogenic, all free and fragrance free. It's very watery. You can hear it as you shake it. I can't even show you guys because it's super runny. I'll use a brush to apply this today. So this is a shade Medium Deep 27. Shade is not a bad one for me at all. So I'm going to tell you people how I was able to find my shade in a second. It's a bit warm, but it kind of blends into the skin. Maybe a little bit orange, but I think it's not a bad match. So it dries down to a satin finish. It's very liquidy, but it has somewhat of a satin finish. I have normal to dry skin for those of you who are new to my channel. So foundation that is not too matte, not too hydrating, that's in between is usually ideal for me. As you can see, the foundation has really evened out my skin tone effortlessly. It's a very lightweight product, so you wouldn't think it would be able to even out the skin tone, right? I can still see some dark areas under my nose, but it's not so bad. For the rest of my face, it looks very evened out. So the way I was able to find my shade was I had made a purchase from Sephora. You know, when you purchase from Sephora, you have the options of including samples, 2 samples in with your order. So I did. This was like a couple of months ago. I got a sample card of the McGrath foundation. Then a few weeks later, they also had the same foundation card but with different shades this time. For the first card, I got a shade Medium Deep 27. The second sample card with my second order had Medium Deep 26, so I was able to compare both shades at home and then decide which shade fits me best, which is how I got to purchase Medium Deep 27. Medium Deep 26 also matches, but it looked like it was a little bit yellow on my skin. Now with Medium Deep 27, if I don't use a lot of foundation, it matches perfectly, but if I keep adding, like you just saw, it shows its real color, which is, it gets a little bit orange on my skin, but after blending it out a little bit, it doesn't look so terrible. So this is not a very bad match for me. I think it works. It's very buildable. It looks like I'm wearing a full coverage foundation to me. It doesn't even look like it's medium because it has covered everything on my face, and if I keep on adding, it's even going to look fuller, but this coverage is perfect for me. I also got their Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer in the shade MD23. For bronzer today, I'll be using the Colourpop Sticks bronzer in the shade Manhattan Beach. For all the face powder, I'll use the Mercier Loose Setting Powder Ultra Blur in the shade Translucent Medium Deep. For bronzer today, I'll use the McGrath LABS bronzer in the shade Burnished Honey. So I thought the shade wasn't going to be this pink, the Paradise Venus shade. I didn't think it was going to be this pink. So what I'm going to do is just go back into the bronzer I used and see if I can just tap on top of it. It's still pink though. This thing smells like coffee. I'm also going to do a little bit of highlighter too. I used the highlighter shade here. The highlighter shade is Venus Nectar. To spray my face, I'll be using my fave, the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus in the shade Lavender. Today we're going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills matte lipstick in the shade Rust. This is the final look I was able to create. I really love everything I used today. I love the eye look I was able to create. I also love the lip combo. I haven't used this lip combo ever. I just made it up today and it turned out really nice. I actually used an eyeliner to line my lip because I don't have a lip liner that's as dark as this one, so I wanted something really dark, so I used an eyeliner. I mean, it doesn't really matter, it's an eyeliner. But that's what I used with the Anastasia Beverly Hills matte lipstick in the shade Rust. I've had that for a while now. I haven't used it, so I decided to use it for the look today, and I'm really liking it. I like my eye look. I think it turned out not so badly either. Now about the foundation, I really like it. I have watched several videos like I mentioned earlier. It always looks very flawless on your skin. I haven't seen or heard many people say they don't like the foundation. The coverage is really good. It says it's a buildable coverage, and it is. If you don't have so much skin concerns, you can build this up to a full coverage. I think I was able to achieve something between a medium to a full coverage. The foundation was able to effortlessly cover all the dark areas, all the dark spots on my skin. It was able to even out my skin tone. I like the foundation, and I think the shade was just perfect for me. So I went to put on a jacket because I had to go quickly pick up my kids. I was running late. I think the jacket also complements the whole look. I hope you guys like the look. Please leave a comment for me. Tell me your favorite thing about this whole look, or tell me your favorite product, the product I used. I also like the concealer. For my skin tone, the concealer shade just has the right amount of brightening I need. Is not too light. I bought the foundation as a set, the concealer and the foundation as a set. It's been over a month now too, so Pat McGrath usually has a lot of sales going on every time, so just go on her website and subscribe so you can receive emails of when they have sales going on. Sorry about the sound there. So that's how I was able to get the set for, I think I got the set for about $50 something, the foundation and the concealer sets. This is where I end my video for today. If this is your first time on my channel, I hope you consider subscribing. To my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for coming back. Don't forget to like and leave a comment in the comment section below. Until my next video, have a blessed night or day and stay safe.